Greetings, family. Hello and welcome. Welcome to ANUIYU Holistic Wellness. This is a general reading for the week of April 16th through the 22nd, I believe. Yes, April 16th through the 22nd of 2022. General reading. Today's cards are coming from the Psychic Tarot for the Heart Oracle deck. And I don't know what this video will look like to you, but it looks pretty grainy to me. Pardon me. And I've tried to clean the lens on both sides, the front and the back, but it still appears very grainy to me, and I don't know how to fix that. But at any rate, we are here today for a general reading for April 16th through the 22nd of 2022. Spirit, what would you have for us today? We thank you, we thank you, we thank you. We are at a place of great peace and harmony and grounding this morning, and we thank you. Thank you to our ancestors, known and unknown, for the inherent insights, the passing down of wisdom, knowledge, traits. We thank you. We thank you for clarity of mind today. We thank you for insight, wisdom, knowledge, clarity, clarity, clarity. I speak clarity. Clear eyes. You know the guy that does the the eye drop commercials. Clear eyes. We speak clear eyes and vision today. Increased vision, increased insight. I speak it. Spiritual transformation. I did a video this morning about Kundalini Yoga. It's the practice of it and its benefits and the uses and what exactly it is. And it is used for spiritual awareness, awakening, and to come into a place of self-awareness. And I just really sensed that today, possibly this week rather, April 9th through, no, we're on the 16th, April 16th through the 22nd. Visual clip. Ooh, that's a lot of cards. Control. Look at that. What did I say? Clarity of belief. Open up. All this shit upside down. The only thing that's upside, right side up is control. Control, healing begins, clarity of belief, and open up. Okay, what I sense that Spirit is saying is that the only way you're going to come to a place of allowing healing to begin and for the clarity of your beliefs to come through and for you to open up to the clarity of your beliefs so that healing may begin is if you release control. Control of the outcome and control of the situation. A lot of times we're so connected and trying to figure out how it's going to happen and making sure that we get the outcome that we desire, that we don't relinquish control to Spirit and to the universe. And we close off our healing. This is upside down. We close off our healing. So there is no clarity of belief. Everything is from an upside down angle. So we can't get to the truth and clarity of what we really believe when we're looking at it from an upside down angle. And in order to come to a place of healing and opening up, we have to release control. Being willing to be vulnerable, trusting the universe, trusting God, trusting the process, really coming to a place of being grounded and focused and connected with God and the universe so that we can allow healing to begin. Wow, this just is so different. Looking at it upside down, like nothing is clear. You turn it right side up and true healing really begins. A lot of times, we are looking at situations upside down with fault and blame for the other person. And I swear this is all a universal message. Like the message earlier was about forgiveness. And when we walk in forgiveness, we walk in full accountability for every connection that we had to the actual offense. So just being free and vulnerable enough to open up, really open up. Spirit is saying open up, allow yourself to open up so that healing can begin. Be honest with yourself. Remove the layers. Get away from responding to the surface act. But get to the core. Allow yourself to open up. Like you I keep wanting to say like you open up a piece of fruit or something and pull back the layers. But you definitely want to get to the root, the inside. That is where all of the color comes out, the true colors, when you get to the root and the layer. Because a lot of times the surface action doesn't really reveal the truth. It's a surface action. And if we stay on the surface, we'll miss it. You know what I'm saying? If we just judge the act, we'll miss it. Pardon me. The only way true healing begins is if you're willing to open up and pull back the layers. To come to a place of full understanding and enlightenment about, the situation. Removing blame and control of what we thought it should be. A lot of times when we are in very intimate relationships, be it heterosexual or not, even family connections, relationships, parents, children relationships, we expect that love would be given in a certain type of way, in a certain manner. And when it's not received in that manner, then we tend to block out. Like it stops us from going to the core because we're judging it off of, a surface belief. And Spirit is really saying, we need to come to a clarity of belief. What really is, and what do we really believe? Our actions, our responses, they're based off of certain beliefs, but is it a belief that was, instilled in us and passed down, or is it a belief that we gained through our own experience and came to a conclusion that ourselves, that this is what I believe in? And I really feel like Spirit is calling you to pull back the layers from what, has been shoved on you to get to a full clarity of belief, to get to a full clarity of who you are. And you got to be willing to shed all of the old, what you thought was, you know what I'm saying, to bring you into a place of healing. You got to be willing to open up to get to a place of clarity of what and who you really are and what you really believe. And that comes with releasing control. That comes with coming to a place of an alignment with Source, being connected to your intuitive powers, that they may guide you and speak truth to you, bring light to situations. Yeah. You know, digging deep, get into the soul of who you are. Get into the soul of who you are, the heart and soul of who you are and what you believe. The more you allow yourself to open up and really get into that heart space, the more healing takes place and the easier it is to break the cycle. The easier it becomes in future situations for you to release control and just walk in what is, allowing things to be as they are, and to walk in the flow with it. And for somebody, this is a major arcana card. It's a major situation, a situation that you are deeply connected to, where some deep-rooted healing needs to take place. But the only way that's going to take place is if you are willing to open up. And I sense with this reading that whomever this is for, there is a resistance to opening up, which is why all of these cards were upside down. There is no full understanding of what you really believe. And again, to only really figure that out, you've got to be willing to open up and release control, release everything that you thought you believed and knew, so that you can truly get to that heart space and true healing can take place. So that you can come out of this shell that you've been in, that you can come out of the closet, come from behind the walls and really shine. You know, really open up and walk in your goddess energy. That's what this is all about. Maybe somebody has been struggling with their spiritual belief systems. I know me personally, I grew up believing Christianity was the way. I didn't really grow up in church, but just if I was going to church, it was, you know, the Christian religion that we were following. But as an adult, I really sought out Christianity. But there became a lot of conflict in my life after years of studying Christianity, and I had no clarity of belief. The only way that I was able to come to a clarity in my belief system is to really open up and pull back all of the layers. I had to be willing to release and let go of everything that I thought was and should be, everything that I had been taught, everything that I had been told. Even my experiences, I had to fucking make sense of them because they were my experiences and they were real. So I had to, get some clarity on how am I experiencing these things, but yet there is no understanding, there's no connection to what you're saying they should be or what they are according to the Bible. The only way I came to a space of truly understanding and knowing who I am and what God is to me is to open up and pull back the layers. And I know that's very challenging to do, because a lot of times when we pull back the layers, it causes us to, different things are revealed. It's like open up a box with different layers of gifts in it. For 1 year, I bought my husband, I got him this basket made for his birthday, and it was just all of the things that he liked. But it was just one thing after another, one layer, you pull back one and something else. So when we pull back the layers, things are revealed to us, things that we may or may not have known were there. Things that we've often suppressed and pushed all the way to the bottom just because it was easier. We didn't want to deal with it. It wasn't the time in life where we felt we had the fortitude and tenacity to really push through that moment. So we pushed it to the bottom and dealt with what we felt was easier at that time, but it's still there and it'll always push to the surface at some point. And, this week I sense that Spirit is saying it's coming to the surface now. Obviously, there's a desire for healing. Otherwise, we would not be here. Because you only get what you're ready for. And when you're ready for healing to take place, you'll make the decision and be willing to open up. You'll be willing to release control. Disconnect yourself from the outcome of what we think it should be, and just allow Spirit to flow and reveal what is. I'm sitting here because I sense that that's what many of you are doing. You're hearing what I'm saying, and you're just sitting there like, I know what she's saying is true, but what am I going to do? How do I deal with this? One step at a time. First of all, awareness and acknowledgement, And as the layers are pulled back, just deal with them one at a time. Don't have any expectations again of what each layer should contain, but just really deal with each revelation, one revelation at a time. Owning what is and what is not from each layer. Once the layers are pulled back, in order to get to a full understanding and clarity of what we believe, understand that there'll be some keeping and there'll be some throwing away. When you pull back the layers, you might discover that, this is something that you're really drawn to. This is something that you really like. Keep that. Put that in that safe box that, okay, we like this. This is a part of who we really are. Then there may be some things that you see is like, I don't really like that. That didn't make me feel good. That didn't motivate me. That didn't bring out any spark in me. That didn't balance me. That didn't enlighten me. That did not cause me to walk in or act, with my highest good in mind. Those things are the things you want to discard. Get an understanding. Forgive yourself sometimes as necessary when you pull back the layers. And once you do, there's like, life will begin. A whole new healing begins. A whole new energetic flow is what I sense. Just a really free flowing energy taking place. A real connection to source, to God, to your intuitive spirit. You'll begin to really trust more. I hear spirit saying, it's okay, you're protected. You are covered. Even when you release control, you're covered. Like, you're covered. You're protected. He's wearing like a cloak of feathers. I don't know if it's eagle's feathers. So that's like leadership. That's great vision. Oh, I said that before we started too. I talked about clarity. You'll begin to have great vision and insights. Focus. Increased focus. Increased focus. Once you begin to open up, you're going to have a balance in your root chakra, which is your foundation, your grounding. This will be a very emotional time for you, and that's okay. That's okay. Emotions are natural. You know, the thing is to not soak and what's the word I'm looking for? I'm looking for my book. To not soak and not stew and brew in a particular place. But to acknowledge it, absorb it for what it is, pardon me, and move on, you know. Get clarity and move on. All right. That is your reading for April 16th through the 22nd, 2022. If you have any questions, you may email me at ANUIYUwellness@gmail.com, or if you're interested in getting a personal reading, ANUIYUwellness@gmail.com. Please like, share, subscribe to our channel. Tell a friend about us. And come back and see us again. And for now, be willing to open up. Release control, that you may get to a centered space and an understanding and clarity of your beliefs and your belief system, so that true healing may begin and that you may begin to walk in your true divine purpose, that you may begin to speak healing to other people's lives, that you may begin to lay hands upon people, that your light would shine, that you would be a light and a beacon to others, providing a sense of healing and a space of comfortableness, a space of safety, like, you know. Alrighty, thank you again. We'll see you next week. Love you. God bless you. Goodbye.